and welcome to this week's episode of Digital Marketing Today. I'm Mark Neace with SyncLab Media. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Digital Marketing Today. We have kind of a unique show today. I do not have a guest to interview on today's program, but we are going to be talking about video-centric digital marketing for shared workspace, business leaders, and owners, franchisees. So SyncLab Media has been in a unique position. We've actually been immersed in the co-working or shared office work environment for almost 6 years now, and we've been helping these types of businesses figure out really how to differentiate themselves in the digital marketplace and in the ever-crowded industry of co-working or shared office space. So we're going to be talking about some of the unique challenges today that business leaders who office in these types of environments face, and also how that translates into opportunities for those owners, operators, and or franchisees within the shared workspace industry. Just to give you a little bit of background on myself and SyncLab Media, I've spent almost 30 years now, kind of dating myself a little bit, but in the media production industry. That has given us a very, very sound foundation upon which to build our video-centric digital marketing practice, really, that we operate today. Our core competency is obviously video production, creating video marketing content, but that's wrapped around our three pillars of strategy, production, support, really providing the strategy based on a particular business or organization's goals and objectives, and then helping them figure out what type of content, what audience, and how to create that content that is really going to engage their target audience, and how that content can then be optimized and supported in a way that will get them the results that they're looking for and help them reach their objectives. So that's kind of the basis that we're coming from. And because we've helped so many clients do this and help them through this process, we've recognized some commonality or some tendencies. And those tendencies are even more apparent when you're operating within this kind of shared workspace environment. A lot of businesses, I know that here at VentureX by the Galleria, where we office right now, there tends to be a mixture of startups, but also established businesses that just want the convenience of a shared workspace, but they're a little bit more established, like us. We've been in business as SyncLab Media for, going on 6 years now. So the VentureX community is a little bit different than some of these other shared workspace environments, because there are a number of businesses here that are a little bit more established and have a little bit of a trend behind them of success. But there's still three areas that are key challenges for business leaders who typically are in this type of shared workspace environment. And that is, they have limited access to strategy, production, and support. And particularly speaking around the digital marketing space and video marketing space. So a lot of these businesses, or business leaders, they know that they need to be incorporating video marketing into their marketing practices. But a lot of them really lack a detailed strategy on how to do that, and not just a strategy of how to do it, but the strategy behind how that's really going to support their unique business objectives and where they're at in their business life cycle. And also around that strategy piece is how to work that strategy into their budget, or how to manage their operations in such a way where they are creating the budget to be able to implement a strategy that's really going to be effective for them, instead of just going from one tactic to another tactic, really following a plan that's based on that sound strategy. The second unique challenge is the production. Let's face it, most people do not have the technical capability in-house or the resources as far as professional video and audio recording equipment and technical expertise of someone on staff that can consistently produce high-quality content for them. So most of the time, this is an outsourced capacity, if you will, for producing content. And that in itself presents a very unique challenge. So it's one of the things that we try to help our clients overcome with the particular solutions that we provide. And we'll get into that in a little bit further on into this broadcast. The third challenge for these business leaders is the support. So, we've had many times where people have come to us and said, okay, so-and-so told me I needed a video. I went to a conference. They were talking about video content. I know that we need to produce video. How much will it cost for you to produce a video for us? And instead of just taking that job on and producing a video and handing it off and saying good luck and sending them on down the road, it's really important for someone to have the support features in mind of how they're going to support that particular piece or series of content. Where is it going to go? Do you have the infrastructure in place? How is it going to be promoted? How is it going to be integrated into your other marketing efforts? How is it going to be repurposed, remarketed, and supported in all other levels of your marketing strategy? And that's a lot to take on, and it can be, again, quite a challenge for these business leaders. So the interesting thing is that in a shared workspace environment, these unique challenges that business leaders are facing are actually key opportunities for the owner, operator, and or franchisee of a shared workspace to be able to take advantage of and really differentiate their brand within this industry. So these key opportunities for owners and franchisees are to develop a unique marketing position within the industry, really develop those key differentiators by providing something that can be a solution for these challenges that business leaders are facing. The other unique opportunity is adding just tremendous member value by having resources available for them that really meet this these challenges that they're facing. And as a win-win-win situation, it's also a very unique opportunity to create what could be very significant additional revenue that is above and beyond what a shared workspace owner franchisee can actually make off of just the square footage of the space that they're leasing. So it really turns into a very dynamic situation that is kind of starts to sustain itself and really create a unique environment in which these business leaders can thrive and grow their business, and where the owner franchisee of the shared workspace can be even more successful and bring even more value to their members. We've created a very unique solution that not only meets the challenges of these business leaders, but also facilitates the opportunity on the other side for the business owner or franchisee of a shared workspace. And we're going to get into a little bit more detail about that right after we take a short break. And as always on Digital Marketing Today, we like to recognize a local artist and a particular piece of artwork by that artist. You'll see behind me on the wall is a very nice piece of artwork by the artist C.J. Cowden. She's a local Dallas artist. The name of this particular painting is called Parallel, and we're very fortunate to have her represented by David Call of David Call Designs, a good friend and collaborator of ours, who has actually curated an entire collection of artwork by 3 different artists here at VentureX Dallas by the Galleria. So one of the things that we would like to mention this week also is that in celebration of that, we have a very unique event coming up on July 18th. We're hosting a open house and show with an artist reception here at VentureX Dallas by the Galleria. So please make sure you go and check that out. You can reserve on Eventbrite. It's going to be on July 18th. 10 to 4 will be an open house here at VentureX Dallas by the Galleria, where you can walk around and view the artwork with a catalog and also see the space here at VentureX. And then from 5 to 8 p.m. will be an artist reception with 3 different artists all here and available to meet and talk to them about their artwork, food and drink, just a chance to socialize and enjoy some fine art from local Dallas artists. So we hope you'll join us on July 18th for that. And now we're going to take a short break for today's sponsor, and we'll be right back on Digital Marketing Today. Welcome back to Digital Marketing Today. Again, I'm Mark Neace with SyncLab Media. So before the break, we were discussing some unique challenges that business leaders face when working from a shared workspace environment, and also how that creates some opportunity for owners and franchisees of shared workspace environments. The solution that we have come up with at SyncLab Media is a shared workspace media center, and we're actually inside of one right now. This is our prototype here at VentureX Dallas by the Galleria, a video podcasting and live streaming video studio that we've created here. And so this is kind of the model that we have created, and the main reason why is because of how important video marketing is in today's digital marketplace. So let's take a moment just to look at some of the latest stats about video content marketing. So there's already about 80% of online audiences that are watching Facebook Live videos just like this one. Most executives watch videos on business websites at least weekly. That stat is probably even greater now. Of the people that are watching Facebook Live videos on a regular basis, almost all of them think that quality is the most important aspect. Not only the quality of the content being provided, but the quality of the video and audio of those Facebook Lives. who wants to sit around and watch somebody with a set of headphones on talking into a microphone that covers half of their face, right? So that's why we've created this other solution. And most people prefer to watch a live video or a recorded video even than reading text in a blog or an article or on a website. So incorporating video content into your marketing is critical in today's digital marketplace. Businesses and organizations that are not doing so right now are already losing ground to those who are. So now that we've accepted those stats that we've just seen about how important video marketing is, now the question is, how do these business leaders overcome the obstacles to actually incorporating video marketing into their existing marketing strategies and budgets? Well, one of the things that we've done at SyncLab Media is we've developed an entire process around this, and it's called the 9 Steps to Digital Marketing Success. And these 9 steps are based around our pillars of strategy, production, and support, which also happens to be the key challenges of these business owners. So let's take a look just very briefly at these 9 steps of this process called the 9 Steps to Digital Marketing Success. And if you want to go and download the full white paper, which will include much more detail, you can just go to our website, synclabmedia.com/9step-digital. And the white paper is there. You can read it, you can download it, and read it anytime you like. But basically, these are the steps. So in the strategy piece, you have to know yourself first, know what your objectives are, okay? And really know what your key business drivers are. You have to know your audience. That's another key point. It sounds cliche, but honestly, a lot of people overlook that. You really have to identify not only who your existing, what I call the psychographic of your existing clients, but who are those ideal clients that you're not getting right now that you want to? Who is that audience that you really need to reach? And that audience can vary based on the products and services that you're offering. So you need to do a little bit of homework, a little bit of research, and really identify key aspects of that audience. And know your outcome. What are your objectives? How are you gonna know when you've reached your objectives, right? If you don't kind of know where you want to get to. So in the production piece of it, the 3 steps are to be attractive, okay? You have to have a message that is going to actually engage and attract people. That's all part of the content planning, and you can't do that unless you know your audience. You have to be visual, and this is really where the video marketing piece comes into it. Then you have to be visible. Once you have the content produced, you've got to be able to put it out there where it's visible to where on those platforms where your target audience is, and you have to promote it. On the support side, you really have to consolidate all your marketing efforts together and use all of them. We call this merge and maximize, to really use all of them to promote each other, remarketing, retargeting, repurposing content across all platforms, making sure everything is linked together. And then you have to manage this content, right? You have to manage the process. Have to have somebody actually there. If you're not listening and responding when you actually engage people, then they're not going to stay engaged very long. And finally, you have to measure your success, because then you don't know whether what you're doing is actually working or not without those metrics and those measurement tools. So now that we've discussed the process for meeting these business challenges that these leaders have in the shared workspace environment, let's talk a little bit about the opportunity that this shared workspace media center concept offers for the business owner and franchisee. first of all, we talked about market position before. By having such a solution within a shared workspace environment, this creates a unique market position of thought leadership using advanced technology, and really creates a competitive advantage for the owner, franchisee who decides to incorporate this solution. And that's because of the value that this solution brings to the membership. It sets the owner up as the person who's providing an in-house solution for all of these challenges for these business leaders. It's definitely an upscale amenity that can be marketed as a key advantage, key differentiator. And the model that we've developed is a fully equipped studio. So a business leader doesn't have to figure out what type of equipment to buy, where to go get it, to spend all that money, then how to set it up and how to use it, and then figuring out the software. It takes that entire learning curve and that entire upfront expense away from the business leader, and is just an incredible value for those members. And then, as we talked about before, as a win-win-win, it actually creates an additional revenue stream for the business owner. You can upgrade memberships to include use of the media center. You can, we'll talk about the monthly subscription piece of it in just a second. But it also you can make it available for non-members on a rental basis to generate additional revenue. And the model that we've developed actually shows that the revenue can be much greater than just the rent on the square footage that it takes to put one of these shared workspace media centers into a business. So those are the key opportunity areas that we discussed before. On the subscription side, we've also actually built a model out for video podcast subscriptions on a monthly basis, where a business leader or organization can come in on either a weekly, a bi-weekly, or a monthly basis and have a show like this completely produced for them. So they have a finished piece of content. Every time they come in for an hour, they walk away with a 20 to 30 minute completely produced piece of marketing content for their business that establishes them as a thought leader, builds trust, authority, credibility in their brand, and is content that, as we talked about before with the stats, is engaging, easily shareable, and that audiences that are already online and viewers are already looking for and wanting to find online and to view. So that, in a nutshell, is the show for today. If you would like more information on video podcasting subscriptions or the shared workspace media center solution that we've talked about, please reach out. You can get in touch with me directly on LinkedIn at Mark Neace. You can also reach out to us on SyncLab Media on our website, synclabmedia.com. Again, if you put the /9-step digital on that, you can get the free download of the 9 Steps to Digital Marketing Success white paper. So we have a contact page, obviously, on our website where you can reach out to us and get more information. Please consider following us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, whatever your favorite social media platform is. We're probably on there at SyncLab Media. So please make sure to connect with us. And thanks for joining us today. Joining us next week on Digital Marketing Today, we have Lila Smith that's going to come on the show and be our guest of Say Things Better. She's a great communicator. We're going to be talking about communication and messaging from a brand perspective. So thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week on Digital Marketing Today.